Warning, if body image discussions disturb you or you do not wish to see me shirtless, please close this video. I've challenged myself to lose weight while only eating Minecraft food. Welcome to week 9 of the Minecraft diet. You are the protagonist of your life story. As the main character, you must establish your motivations before beginning your journey. I've been reading a lot, so please excuse the incoming writing references. Since I focused on finding the motivation to start your health journey last week, I'll assume you've already established your backstory. But if you still need to do that, I recommend watching week 8's video after this one. You set out on your quest once you know where you're headed and why. You start progressing toward your goal, but what's this? Is that conflict on the horizon? Well, of course it is. Every hero encounters problems during their adventure, and as the hero of your story, you must learn how to handle these setbacks to continue progressing toward your goal, and that's what I'm teaching you today. Specifically, we're discussing how to weather the setbacks you will encounter along your health journey. First, I'll teach you 2 ways I equip myself for these battles. Then, I'll explain how I stay on track even when a setback gets the better of me. Let's pretend your obstacles are Minecraft's hostile mobs. A bag of chips is like a skeleton whittling you down hit after hit. Self-doubt is like a zombie that won't stop trailing you. And an injury is like a creeper. 1 second, you're okay. Then boom, you've broken every bone in your body. Well, hopefully, your injuries are never that serious, but it could happen. When these mobs rear their ugly heads, quitting becomes much easier. Everyone wants to rage quit after a creeper blows them up thousands of blocks from their base. You'll also want to quit your health journey when you face these problems IRL. But remember, you're taking this journey to create a better life for future you, so you can't quit. The trick then is figuring out how to combat these pains. When you're playing Minecraft, the best way to prepare for your inevitable battles is to equip yourself beforehand. Dispatching mobs becomes a snap with the right equipment, and nothing feels better than one-shotting a zombie. So how do you prepare yourself like this for IRL obstacles? Well, that involves improving your willpower. Willpower is your ability to resist short-term temptations to reach your long-term goals. It's the key to accomplishing any daunting task, including transforming your body. One way you can hone your willpower is by setting a goal. For example, it's mostly a joke, but I aim to look like Shredded Steve by the end of the Minecraft diet. When an obstacle blocks my path, like laziness or hunger, I simply think about those broad, square shoulders, that chiseled toned back, and, of course, those glistening, rock-solid abs. Naturally, these thoughts are enough to push me through every obstacle. When you set a specific goal, like losing 20 pounds, you'll also have something to think about when setbacks strike. When temptation tries to persuade you to ditch your journey in exchange for short-term pleasure, think about your goal. When you remember that ditching your diet won't help you shed 20 pounds, you're less likely to quit. So set a goal for your health journey, no matter how simple or broad. It will help you summon the willpower to fight the mobs instead of slinking back to your base. However, improving your willpower also involves remembering what you don't want. Maybe you don't want to risk developing health complications as you age. Maybe you don't want your loved ones to worry about your health. Or maybe you simply don't want to deal with your insecurities anymore. Whatever it is you don't want, I encourage you to flip these thoughts on their heads. Take these bad endings and turn them into positive affirmations. Figure out what you want to achieve, then empower yourself by acting like you already have. For example, I'm a small guy. Hopefully, the camera makes me look bigger. Still, I'm only 5 foot 5 inches. I've always felt weak compared to other men due to my naturally small stature. So when I'm lifting weights, one of the affirmations I think to myself is, I am strong. This simple thought helps me muster the strength to do one more rep, even when I want to put the weight down. After all, I don't want to be weak. Once you figure out what you don't want, you can create affirmations too. For example, if you don't want to be unhealthy anymore, think to yourself, I am healthy, until you finally change your lifestyle. Using affirmations like this puts you in a more optimistic mindset, making it easier to tackle imposing tasks like exercising or dieting. You now know that setting goals and using affirmations can better prepare you for the battles along your health journey. However, if you're watching this video, I assume you're a human being. If you are human, you will eventually stumble on your journey. When that happens, it will be a tipping point. Either you'll abandon your mission and return home, or you'll find the strength to push through this setback and continue. You obviously want the latter, so there's something you must remember. Setbacks are temporary. It's easy to fall into a mental spiral when you fail. For example, if you cheat on your diet once, it's easy to convince yourself it's okay to keep cheating since you already messed up. However, that rabbit hole only leads to more trouble. After all, the more you mess up, the worse you feel. So instead of convincing ourselves that we're failures when we stumble, we must remember that these momentary setbacks are just that, momentary. I know so from experience. During my calorie deficit in 2022, I often ate more junk food than I should have during my weekly cheat meals. My biggest vices were Oreos and Crave cereal. As I went to bed after my cheat meals, I would convince myself that I'd look like a bloated mess the following day. However, that was never the case. I may have held some extra water weight from all the food, but it always went away. And despite these occasional bouts of overeating, I still reached my goal because I stuck to the path. If you convince yourself recovering from your missteps is impossible, you're giving them their true strength. You might feel like the biggest failure in those moments, but remember that salvaging your progress is never as daunting as it seems. Accept the fact that you messed up, but don't accept the lie that your journey is ruined. If you can do that, you'll survive even the most fatal blows. Speaking of surviving, I've survived my 9th week on the Minecraft diet. Look at me with the smooth transition into this week's progress check. With week 9 over, I'm 75% of the way through this 12-week journey. So let's check my progress. At the beginning of the Minecraft diet, my average weight was 151 pounds. However, after 9 weeks of my Minecraft-themed calorie deficit, my average weight is 139 pounds. Here are my current muscle measurements compared to the beginning of my weight loss journey. My legs have shrunk slightly since last week's measurement, but since they keep shrinking, I expect it now. And I also expect my waist to shrink. Look at me with these smooth transitions this week. On day 1, my waist measured 34 3/8 inches, but today it measures 31 1/8 inches. So I'll probably lose 4 total inches from my waist by the end of week 12. I was roughly 15% body fat on day 1, but I'm probably 10.5% today. However, my estimate is probably off since it's difficult to accurately measure your body fat percentage at home. Next, here are my angles compared to day 1. Sticking with this video's theme, let's summon the willpower to put on the crop top. What do I think about my appearance in this shirt after 9 weeks on the Minecraft diet? Alright, we're like 9 weeks into this challenge and I've been asking the same question every single week. Will I be happy with my appearance? The answer is no. It's been no every single week. When am I ever satisfied? There's a little bit of a muffin top, the slightest of muffins. I want to get rid of that. It makes me feel a little insecure. So you know what? We're not done. And I'll see you next week. But you already knew that.